Sui Lalo is back at Town Hall 16, and today we're gonna watch Yo-Yo, one of the best Lalo players in the world, dominate toxic new meta ring bases with the giant gauntlet and a ground warden. If you're wondering what the top of a Legends League looks like, this is it here. These compact ring bases, generally double rage tower, that are super toxic. But there are a few weaknesses with these ring bases. One being that because every valuable defense is in the middle, you can often flame fling at the outside, and the other being that there isn't a lot of DPS in these corners. So look at this. We're going to warden walk a corner here with no healers because all there is an archer tower. Now, Yo-Yo's put the king to beat the wall here, and you might be wondering, well, why are we doing that? Well, the most obvious reason is we've only got 2 super wall breakers with this army comp. So we're going to have to use one for the double cannon here and one to get to the core. So we can't afford to use any on this outside wall. So we get the king down nice and early, and he's going to take that down for us. So we bring the warden over with the queen, and notice they're taking down a lot of the buildings in that compartment, so the wall breaker won't go there. But we still got a long way to get to the core of the base here. How on earth are we going to Sui the town hall? So we get both our skeleton spells down, all the headhunters in, and we're pushing through the defensive heroes here. Nice wall break to get that open, and look at that. We've now got a really nice way into the base, but there's still all of this damage in the core. How are we going to take it down? Now, unfortunately, we mess up the warden and the king ability there, but that's okay because look at the gauntlet. Oh my word, the gauntlet is so categorically broken. The ice golem's trying to slow the king down, but he finally takes the town hall down. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's why you bring the Phoenix with the king as well, because the gauntlet keeps on going. And look at that. Yes, we've invested 3 of our heroes and a lot of spells, but we've taken down the entire core of the base, and now we're going to Lalo with our royal champion to take down the rest. But we've got such a beautiful path throughout the base here. The loons are going to go in a perfect L shape, exactly what you want. The flame flinger opened with the Dragon Rider that you can see there. Lalo is coming around, and this base is in so much trouble. RC ability goes off. You'll notice with this account of Yo-Yo's, he does have the Diggy, but I can tell you, he is bringing the Fox on his main account. So once you got the Fox maxed out, use it with this comp. But how sick was that hit? Just shows you the power of the Warden ability, and the Gauntlet is broken, and he didn't even get the king inside his warden ability. GG's to Yo-Yo there. Let's move on to the next attack. Another ring base here, or central town hall base, whatever you want to call it, but this time we're not going to use the ground warden, and there's probably a few reasons why. One, it's really awkward to path our heroes to the town hall on this base. Notice we're coming in on the corner rather than the side like we saw on the last one, so you don't really know where your heroes are going to go once they enter the base, and there isn't as much gauntlet value in the core here. There is a little bit, but nowhere near as much. We use the skeleton spell to tank the monolith. Unfortunately, the multi's in range, but still, skeleton spells do an okay job. And then we come in with the RC. Notice bringing the Fox this time. This is his main account, and he has that Fox nice and maxed out. So yeah, not going to use the ground warden on this one, but that doesn't mean we can't wreck this base just the same. King's done a great job. He'll go into Phoenix mode. Queen ability will go off any second. RC's done a great job on the top side. Can the RC get down the Eagle Artillery? Yes, she can. Nicely done from her. And look at that. We've cleared out a huge portion of the base here without our warden. Now, what do you do on ring bases with Sui Lalo when you don't Sui the town hall? We're going to blimp the town hall. We've got 2 rage spells with this army. Keep that in mind. So you can afford to use one with your blimp and the other with the Lalo. So we pop the warden ability nice and early. We don't want any of our loons to go down. Blimp is going to the town hall. We freeze the town hall and the sweeper, and there we go. And now it's just about Laloing the outside of the base. We're still sitting on so many spells here, and this is the thing about Sui Lalo. You have so many spells with this army. You're not using any on the Zap. You're not using any on a Skelly Donut or a Blizzard or a Super Archer Clone. Almost all the spells, bar a few that you use on the Sui and for the defensive CC, are for your Lalo. So use them and you will crush bases. Multiple swag spells on this hit. He didn't need that freeze or the rage at the end to take down that multi-archer tower. Now, one thing worth noting, life gem. I know a lot of you do not rate the life gem, but balloons need the life gem. It's the best hero equipment to bring with Lalo. Doesn't matter if you're doing Zap Lalo, Blizzard Lalo, Queen Charge Lalo. Doesn't really matter. All of them, you should be bringing the life gem with it, just like Yo-Yo is here. I knew you'd all ask about this, so here is the double poison tower ring base as well. Now that's 3 ring bases in this video. And it's interesting because historically, Sui Lalo is not good on ring bases at all. In fact, the best style of base was by far the box bases. I used to completely crush those. And don't worry, we'll show a diamond base and a box base in the next 2 attacks. But I just want to prove to you all that if you put in a bit of work into this army, you can triple any style of base. Now, on this base, yet again, we aren't using the ground warden with the Sui. And why is that? Well, this is for a completely different reason. Suiing into poison towers is really difficult because it slows up your heroes so much, so the damage output from them is far less. When it comes to Sui Lalo, particularly if you're going to use your Grand Warden with the Sui, you're not as worried about the DPS. You're more worried about, can I get to the Town Hall with my wall breakers? Do I have enough damage to do so? And when there's double poison towers there, look at how much it slows up your heroes. Our heroes would not have been able to take down the Town Hall here, even if we got the wall break to the Town Hall, simply because they wouldn't have been outputting enough damage. But as we saw in the last attack, that's fine. We're going to blimp the Town Hall, and we still got a huge amount with that Sui. Look at how much of that area of the base is gone. It's mainly thanks to the giant gauntlet ability. It is so clearly the strongest hero equipment, I guess, other than the Eternal Tome and maybe the invisibility vial, but even then. But yeah, it's the strongest hero equipment in the game. Lalo's coming across, and this, I mean, you can already tell this is so wrecked. We're going to keep freezing that Multi-Inferno. We've got the Loons and the Haste. There are so many of them all over the base. And this is what's kind of nice about Laloing on ring bases. If you can get a nice Sui and the blimp the Town Hall, generally the Lalo pathing is beautiful. And yeah, you'll see Yo-Yo here has completely wrecked this base. That's it for the ring bases of this video. Let's move into some of the other base styles which Sui Lalo is even stronger against. This here is a classic box base, and for it, we're going to do a classic box approach for Sui Lalo. So what do? You'll often start your queen around here, and her job's to go in and get the Town Hall. If you have to use an Ice Golem or a Skeleton spell, that's fine, but queen for Town Hall. Then you're going to put your king often into the corner compartment here, but then going to have a wall break to come in and get the scatter shot and the defensive hero as well. So king to clear all that, and then the royal champion's up to you. Some people send the royal champion down the bottom and then include her in the Lalo, but what you're going to see Yo-Yo do here is send the royal champion behind the king, and she's going to go and get these defenses behind the Town Hall that the queen can't reach, and make your Lalo even easier. So let's watch it in action here. So yeah, almost exactly the same tile I said for the queen. King's going to come. We're going to get that wall breaker there. I believe that gets the junction. Yep. You want to get the junction, so it doesn't matter which compartment the king goes into. Both will work. A giant to tank for the queen. Yes, we have the unicorn, but it's worth having that extra tank in. Then the ice golem here does a beautiful job. It gets targeted by the defensive queen. Now we use the gauntlet. The gauntlet's just insane with this. The RC comes in, and she's going to go and get rid of the monolith. Her ability goes off, gets rid of all of those builder huts. King's doing a great job down the bottom, pulling the CC, which is nice. We'd rather deal with it now than with our Lalo. And unfortunately here, the RC will go down just before getting rid of the multi-archer tower. That would be super nice, because multi-archer towers really bad for balloons. They kind of melt them. But yeah, we pull the CC out. This is why you will often see the best Sui Lalo players hang on to a baby drag or a wizard if they can, in case they need to deal with the defensive CC like this. Baby drag should get rid of both of these ice golems, and look at the time left. He Lalos all of this, 70% of the base, in 70 seconds. If you get your Lalo right, you can roll over bases. So we're going to use the Slammer from the right-hand side, and then we're going to use our Warden straight in the middle here. It's there to give extra HP to our balloons. The Slammer is fine on the right-hand side. It doesn't need it. but the loons in the middle definitely do. And now it's all about maximizing the Warden ability. Doesn't even get a Lava Hound in the Warden ability. You normally should try and do that, but just getting as many balloons as possible is what matters. And we're going to keep freezing the Eagle and this Sweeper. And look at this. Base is gone. Base is so wrecked. We use the Skeleton spell to tank for the Headhunters, and we are going to end up using every spell here, but he didn't need them. He could have swagged about 5 of them, and in fact, in every attack you see today, Yo-Yo could have swagged an extra 2 or 3 spells if he really wanted to flex, but he just wants to get the 3-star down. He's got to get on to the next attack, particularly when you're pushing as many accounts as he is. But yeah, that is the most typical way to take down a box base with Sui Lalo. It should probably be of no surprise that the typical way to take down a diamond base is incredibly similar to box bases. Queen for the town hall. Now, generally, you'll have to invest a little bit more for this because there is often more defenses covering the town hall. And then we're going to use the king and RC together to go and clear out one of the defensive air hero compartments. So you see, we use the king here to force the queen to go up. Ice Golem's coming in a little late, unfortunately. Not much you can do about that. There you go. King's going to go and get rid of the defensive RC. And then I believe any second now, our own Royal Champion should come in. Yep, you see it. Royal Champion on the right side. We're using the Skeleton spell to try and tank that Ricochet Cannon, because that Ricochet Cannon destroys your pets. So you really don't want it targeting your Royal Champion if you can help it. Queen's still chilling on the top side. Nice work by the King with the Gauntlet there. RC ability goes off. We do have an Invis spell, and yep, we're going to use it because we can't afford that Scatter to not go down. There was a lot of defensive skeleton spells there, so we make sure the RC does her job. Unfortunately, she won't quite take down the air bow here, but that's okay. Gets it down to very low health. And look at that. Uses one balloon to make sure it's possible to target the Expo, and then the Slammer comes in, because you want on these diamond bases, and kind of same as the box base you saw in the last attack, you want your Slammer to go through the core of the base, because it can, well, the core of the base is often where the red bombs are, and red bombs do nothing to stone slammers. However, they do a lot to balloons, and often you can't get your Lava Hound into the core of the base to tank them. They're often on the outside of the base, as that's where the air defenses are. Stone Slammer opens. I mean, look at how many balloons are up. We are still sitting on 5 spells here. As I told you in the last attack, he doesn't need all these spells. He's using them to get to the next attack as quickly as possible. We got to make the most of our boost, don't we? But that's it for this video. Now, I'm gonna put this simply. I'm not going to tell you that this is the easiest Lalo strategy. In fact, it's probably the hardest Lalo strategy in the game. But it is so satisfying to watch this Lalo attack strategy in action. And if you learn this, you'll be able to do any other Lalo in the game. Just for the sake of you guys knowing, I'll show the hero abilities here. So got that level 18 Invis, level 21 Gauntlet. But I can tell you this, the Gauntlet's OP from level 9 onwards, so use it whenever you get it, essentially. The RC shield there, and the Eternal Tome with the Life Gem. But that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the in-depth look at Sui Lalo. If you'd like to see Stars, one of the other best Lalo players in the world, in action with his Lalo army of choice, Zap Lalo, we'll link it on the left.